Hold on. Are we live?
This Hangout is on the air live currently.
Dang it. All right, fine.
Yep, we are
Just roll
live.
with my shiny forehead.
We are live. Our post goes up on social media in like 90 seconds, so we'll see if we get anybody joining us here.
That is very specific.
That's factual. Oh, party foul.
What?
Something else we should have tested before now.
What's that?
Well, if we record while our mics are muted here on Zencastr, because we're not going to have any way to hear guests that may join us on Zencastr because we're listening on YouTube Live.
Well, why don't we listen on Zencastr then?
Because we can't do that.
Why not?
We can't mute ourselves here on YouTube Live because it's recording it. Like, that's our program audio for the behind the scenes. Wow, I'm watching us here. You want to hear something crazy that'll blow your mind?
Yeah, sure.
I'm watching us in HD on YouTube currently as we go. Here, listen. Blow your mind?
Yeah, sure.
I'm watching us in HD on YouTube currently as we go. Here, listen. Blow your mind?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, now the loop. Watching us in HD on YouTube. Okay. So I need to close that window for sure.
Create a black hole.
Or we'll end up in a black hole. So what we need to do, let me think. What we need to do.
That looks really good on YouTube though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's solid. What we need to do, let me tell you this.
Okay.
What we need to do is test this on Zencastr real quick.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn voice over IP on, and I'm going to, okay, we're going to get double audio here for a second.
That's fine.
Are you getting double audio?
I am.
I'm going to mute both of our mics. The double audio should be gone, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still going to record. I'm going to record on Zencastr.
Okay.
We are recording on Zencastr as a test with our mics muted on Zencastr.
Okay.
The idea here is it just muting us voice over IP, or is it really muting us on the recording? And stop. Say something.
Something. Say something.
I've stopped. Thank you. Yes. So they've uploaded successfully. I'm going to start a new recording. I'm going to go. Oh, got to remute us again. Hold on. Mute. Okay. Go into the Dropbox now to check and see if indeed those files still recorded even while our mics were muted. Okay.
Correct.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Okie dokie. Smoky.
The bad news is that they did not.
That's a bummer.
Okay. So what this means is...
Hey, I know what I could do.
What?
Oh, no, that's... never mind. Zencastr doesn't let me choose. So, okay.
What's that?
Here's what we do.
Okay.
I can change my listen device on Google Hangouts.
Oh.
To something that I'm not using.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I could do that too.
I've got double audio. Is that to be expected?
Yes, I've unmuted us, so you're going to need to change your listen device.
All right, I just changed it. You can still hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I might have locked it up.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm glad. I've got a beach ball. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. You still hear me and see me?
Yes.
Good.
Y'all still, are we still good here?
Double audio. Oh, it changed it back.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. Okay, now talk.
Yes, hello. Okay.
Everything's fine now. Okay, cool.
I'm going to publish this. I'm going to go ahead and publish this to our... I'm going to go ahead and publish this to our people. To the radio group. We are...
Except now it's coming out of my speakers. Oh, good gravy.
We are live. Preparing for this thing. Ill preparing. I don't feel very prepared.
Ill preparedness.
trying to manage all these windows. I have a gigantic display, but I still need more screen real estate. I'm going to go ahead and crank this resolution to the max so I can move some stuff around. There we go. Ooh, that got weird.
Yeah, change the color.
That was a little strange. So I'm going to put this Google Hangouts window up here in the corner. Then I'll put my script and Zencastr control panel and stuff over here in this corner. And in this corner.
I wish I had a way to record this video. It'd be nice to go back and watch it.
Oh, it will be saved on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
You clipped just now.
Did that really?
Yep. You said, "Oh, okay." FYI.
Okay, I'm gonna talk loud for a minute.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, that's great, Chris.
Will you ever be that excited tonight?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Data backup really gets me going.
Excellent. Are you still viewing this on iTunes?
On
iTunes?
Nope,
on YouTube.
I just closed it.
All right, cool.
Just closed it.
I have a little bit of a
Ooh.
yeah. So I can't get the cord behind my head like I want it because it's
there is a Sony knot.
They're impossible too. I'm sure an actual radio tech guy could come and help us.
That's what we need, is a real radio tech guy.
Like maybe
don't say it.
Maybe Kirk Harnack will join us later.
Well, he would be good. That would be good.
We shouldn't talk about our interaction with him today until we've had a chance to actually talk to him.
I agree.
But when we do make that announcement, that'll be pretty cool.
That'll be huge.
I'll tell you what.
Absolutely have to talk to him.
Oh, I'm going to.
Okay.
But we got to get our ducks in a row because we got to make sure we're on our game before we either do his show or have him on ours.
Oh, yeah.
Because going on his show and promoting the podcast is going to be gigantic for its growth.
Enormous.
I can't hide my cord. There we go. Now I look like a TV person. Are we both wearing Sonys?
We are.
If only I had an RE20.
If only. This one is courtesy Horizons Church.
Oh, that's awful of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, will you buy one of these? And they said, why? Never mind. Yeah, we'll get it.
That's excellent.
We had a huge turnout this morning for our grand opening.
Is that right?
Yeah. Huge in Salem terms, very large.
Sure. Remind me to tell you something later when we're off about this morning.
Oh, I can't wait. Yep.
I don't want to start before 9:30.
No, I agree. Have we said anything cold open worthy? I don't think we have.
That's right. If we don't.
Oh, but it's so important. It's so funny.
It is funny. I'm Instagramming and scanning pictures as we go here.
My mother made me eat M&Ms.
But I need to change film strips, and I don't think I'm going to do that right now while we're.
That's for a different podcast.
Ooh, so sorry.
That would be a riveting podcast while developing film.
We'll have to do that sometime.
And now I'll shake the canister. And now we'll wait. Your video keeps freezing. I don't know why.
Probably because I'm using Photoshop at its fullest. I don't want 19. I want 18. Well, we've got a couple minutes. I'm trying to just plow through these. I got to put my shoulders down. I feel all tense.
I almost took meds before this show.
Really?
Almost did. I got really sweaty and nervous last week.
I'm not nervous.
But now that we're so famous, I don't feel as nervous. There's our cold open right there.
Gracious.
I just read your Facebook post, and for a minute, I thought you wrote for the last episode of the Radio Tech Guys.
I hope it's not the
Give us
last.
a chance, Chris. Give us a chance.
It depends on if Kirk shuts us down.
I liked what he said.
Competition. I wanted to say, are you out of your mind? Competition. Have you listened to the show?
Yeah. Well, see, we have beer and wine. He does not. So clearly we are competition.
Well, there is that. It is a nice touch. I
Adds a
can't.
lot.
I'm not going to be able to do this with this sideways like this.
Really.
No,
you look
because
fine with
it just keeps. I keep hitting my side of my face on the
Sorry, everyone.
on the windscreen holder.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Mhm.
That makes me angry. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to close this. I'm going to bring this over like this. All right. Everything has its place now, and everything's in its place.
Know your place.
All right. I think in about a minute we'll get this thing going.
Can't wait.
This is behind the scenes. I wish I had a way to put a lower third up over the video.
Oh, yeah. I thought you did.
I didn't.
Oh.
I need to get. I don't. In the other one, I do.
Oh.
Behind the scenes, I put it in
I
the
see
group
that.
chat.
Ayaw, ayaw.
God. Gracious.
A-E-I-O-U. And sometimes Y.
All right. Are we ready to do this thing?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right. You want me to open it this time?
This is yours.
All right.
Driving this ship.
So we will have had our cold open. We'll edit that in post, and then theme music will have played.
Okay.
Something like that. Okay. It is the Radio Tech Guys podcast, episode 2, and we're glad you're along. It's Chris Moran along with Alex Linger.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, buddy. Trying to get into the flow of this thing and get a feel for how to do this. Had a crazy day, a whirlwind kind of day, just lots of people to talk to and things to do, but I'm glad to be here. How about you?
Marginally. No, I'm kidding. I'm so glad. I love doing this. I look forward to this every week.
I do too, and I like your setup over there with your big RE20 going on and all that.
Thank you. I wanted to appear as though I knew what I was talking about.
It's very snazzy.
Oh, yeah.
So what is going on? How's your week? What's new? What's shaking? And what are you drinking? All those important things.
Those are all so important. Let's see. What has happened this week? I don't think much of anything's happened. Busy at work. Lots of studio builds going on, which is always exciting and always fun. I'm sure we'll talk about that ad nauseum over the next, I don't know, several months. You'll hear a lot about that, and it's good stuff. It's very cool. What am I drinking? I just want to get right to that. So to kick off the season, and people are going to scoff at this.
Oh no!
Oh, they will. They will.
I know they will. I have a feeling I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. Look, it is less than 70 degrees outside, so it's clearly fall. Clearly, right?
Well, let me just tell me you're not a pumpkin spicer. Is that what you're doing over there?
Yeah, it's funny. I saw a coworker today post on Facebook. He was at Sam's Club, and they have all of their Christmas trees out. And I thought, well, if Sam's can do it, I can do it. So I am enjoying from the Blue Moon Brewing Company, Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin Ale. That's right. That's right.
Check that out.
I love it. I have to say, so I could do commercials for Blue Moon. Oh, it's just my favorite on the planet. This pumpkin ale, not as good as their normal What is their normal? I don't even know what the normal stuff is.
Yeah, like that Belgium, the white, just the
Is
white.
that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in the blue bottle or the blue label. I like it.
Yep.
Anyway, this is good. It doesn't really taste like pumpkin. It tastes more like the spices that you'd put in a pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely it's seasonal.
Nice.
That's what I was looking for. But yes, it's pumpkin-y and it's good. And cheers. What are you drinking, Chris?
Well, nothing yet, but I'm about to. Well, can I tell you about my week first?
No, absolutely not.
Here's
Yeah,
the
go
thing.
ahead. What's going on?
Well, I think there's probably a lot of folks in the radio industry who are dealing with a lot of these same things. Like, I'm up to my eyeballs in AM translators for FM and the things that I didn't necessarily anticipate going into them. Like trying to put these translators on the air, but then realizing the towers we want to put them on aren't structurally ready for that.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and then trying to figure out what they need to be reinforced, and then bidding that out. Like that has turned into a. I have a feeling that there are tower crews all over America who are booked out for the next 6 months on these jobs.
Guaranteed.
Because it's become a big deal. But so that's kind of got me backed up. But the question everybody's asking is, what am I about to drink? But I'll tip you off already that this is a screw off bottle top.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, the
I know
wine
this-
books will tell you don't be afraid of screw tops.
I've read that lately, so I do feel better about some of my selections. But I went for the cheap variety today. I'm a red wine person, so I'll be drinking a lot more of that. This is from California, from a company called Flip Flop. I don't know if you can see that.
Mhm.
Flip Flop Merlot from California, and it says that it's a medium-bodied, silky Merlot with plum and mocha notes, soft tannins, and a balanced, luscious finish.
What about makes it silky?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm about to find out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll give you an update on this later. Hey, can we talk real quick before we get into some stuff today? I know we got some stuff to get to, but exciting ways for interaction that we haven't really. We're messing around with some stuff, and there are some people watching and some things going on. Just want to let everybody know this is going to be the time that we record these every week. We've kind of settled on 9:30 on Sunday nights, so we've got some new ways for you to get it.
That's 9:30 Eastern.
Right, Eastern time. That's correct. And we have some new ways for everybody to get in touch with us. You can always email us anytime at ask@theradiotechguys.com. We're on Twitter at Radio Tech Guys. We have a new Facebook page that went up yesterday or today. It's facebook.com/the Radio Tech Guys, or just search the Radio Tech Guys and you can find us. And we're going to start posting, if you noticed on our website, a few people have been there, links to this cool platform that we're using, which we'll talk about down the road, called Zencastr, that we're doing this podcast with, that if you have an iDevice or a phone, really any kind of mobile phone or a computer, and you've got earbuds or something plugged in, we can talk to you and interact with you live on the show. And the link is on our website at theradiotechguys.com right now, Zencastr link, which we're watching the platform. And if you pop in, we'll actually be able to take you kind of like a call, except an IP call, right in the podcast and answer questions and have some conversations. So we love the idea of being able to break this up with some interaction with some of our listeners and stuff as we get going. But anyway, yeah, tons of ways to get in touch, and we'd certainly love to hear from you and help drive some of the content.
Absolutely.
All right. So, all right, we should dive right into some things. Audio processing. That's a big topic. The more I started preparing for that this week, I thought, well, I probably should have drilled that down about 8 times.
Because I could see why.
I mean, there's 1,000 different avenues that you could go with that, but it's a big deal. I spend an inordinate amount of time, I think, just probably because I can, on processing, and we have some cool toys, and we get to experiment a lot. But I really have been kind of impressed in the last couple of years. I wanted to talk today, but what I kind of narrowed it down to was best practices in terms of where to locate your processor. In a perfect world, obviously there are circumstances where we can't always put it where we want it or connect it the way we want it because of circumstances that we just haven't we can't overcome. But I wanted to use a case study of one of our stations that I think is about the best case scenario, and some of the improvements we've seen there, and that is it's one of our company stations in Morgantown, actually, where we have it's the perfect kind of storm in that our studio plant is IP audio. We've got a data link that we talked a little bit about last week on the way out to that site. It's an 11 gigahertz link licensed. We've got 500 megs bidirectionally, basically, across this link. And then we have more of our IP network infrastructure that lives out at the transmitter site. So in essence, we're using an Axia Livewire network at our studio plant. It extends out to the transmitter site where we're using an Omnia 11 processor, which is Livewire natively in. We're AES through that back out into our Arbitron PPM encoders, and then we're using the new MPX over AES right into our Gates Air fax exciter. So what you have in essence is a completely all digital chain all the way to the FM modulator, basically, when it becomes FM. And it's about the perfect storm of things in terms of optimizing signal to noise and just a perfect kind of pristine workflow for your audio. The benefits are countless. It used to be a big deal, like people didn't want to put their processors at the transmitter sites because you couldn't adjust them from anywhere but there. That was very limiting. But with the advent of these IP boxes, that's no longer an issue. And the new MPX, the FM baseband, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically like the way your composite cable used to be that came out of your processor into your exciter, except now that instead of an actual, an analog composite cable on BNC, you're just running an XLR across, and it's literally AES. The whole FM baseband is 192 kilohertz, like AES stream, straight into your exciter. You gain a little bit of loudness there. The overshoots are controlled. You don't have any weird spurious stuff, so you gain some loudness. But it's really the accuracy of that is pretty remarkable. I mean, we noticed it when we put it on the station, if you remember. I mean, it was
Yep.
it was a noticeable improvement. And so all of that to say, I think processing at the transmitter site used to be a pain. It's not so much anymore. That's really kind of where you want it, even in the world of composite audio. It's still a cleaner path to get the thing in there, but especially when you're able to do it with digital processors that have remote control and everything else. One thing I do want to, and this will kind of dovetail off into what we do next week in terms, we're going to talk about HD2 and 3 on FM, your additional HD stations. There's a ton to talk about processing there. And I want to drill down. We'll look at, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Those of you watching this on the stream, I'll see if I can figure out how to share. If I can share my
Look at that
screen. Yeah, there we go. So that's just a look real quickly at one of our processors in our chain, and that's running up at a transmitter site that we're able to get through. But we have an HD chain with that. We're doing some tricks there. I don't want to turn this into again a vendor sales pitch, but the Omnia 11 has been fantastic for us in terms of doing the analog and HD thing. We're doing our diversity delay in there. The MPX over AES, which is also available in all flavors in both Omnia's gear and Optimod from Orban. They're supporting that slightly different flavor, but at the end result is exactly the same. And also transmitter manufacturers are starting to adopt that too. I know for sure Nautel has it available, as does Gates Air. Not sure about some of the others, but those two definitely are using it